The woman at the well, when shame meets living water. The road was dry. The heat pressed down on the land of Samaria. Most travelers passed through quickly, if they passed through at all. Jews avoided Samaria. Samaritans were seen as impure, outsiders, unworthy of God's covenant. But Jesus walked straight through it. He was tired. He sat down beside a well. It was noon, the hottest hour of the day. And that's when she came, a Samaritan woman alone. Women came to the well in the morning, together, laughing, exchanging stories. But she came when no one else would be there, because her story wasn't one to laugh about. She carried a jar, but she also carried shame. Then she saw him, a man, a Jew, and he looked at her. He said, "Give me a drink." She was shocked. "You're a Jew. I'm a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" But Jesus wasn't bound by culture or custom. He wasn't after water. He was after her heart. He said, "If you knew who I am, you would ask me, and I would give you living water." She was confused. "You have no bucket. The well is deep. Where will you get this water?" Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks from this well will thirst again. But whoever drinks the water I give will never thirst. It will become a spring inside them, welling up to eternal life." Her curiosity grew. "Sir, give me this water," she said. Then he changed the subject. "Go, call your husband and come back." She looked down. "I have no husband," she said quietly. And Jesus replied, "You're right. You've had 5 husbands. And the man you live with now is not your husband. You've told the truth." She stood still. How did he know? He didn't shame her. He didn't condemn her. But he knew her past, her pain, her pattern. And he kept speaking. She said, "I see you're a prophet." She changed the topic, tried to deflect. "Where should we worship? On this mountain or in Jerusalem?" Jesus looked at her and said, "A time is coming, and is now here, when true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. Not on a mountain, not in a temple, but from the heart." She said, "I know the Messiah is coming. When he comes, he'll explain everything." And then he said it. "The one speaking to you am he." In that moment, everything changed. She left her jar behind, the very reason she came, and ran into town. She shouted, "Come see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah?" The people listened. They came, and many believed because of her testimony. The outcast, the ashamed, the avoided, she became the first evangelist in her town. This story teaches us, Jesus doesn't avoid broken people. He goes through Samaria to meet them. He speaks truth, but always in love. He doesn't reveal your sin to shame you. He reveals it to free you. The world may define you by your past, but Jesus calls you by your future. He met her at the well, but he didn't leave her there. So what are you carrying to the well today? Shame, regret, guilt you can't shake? He already knows, and he's not turning away. The water you've been drinking, from success, relationships, approval, will never quench the thirst of your soul. Only living water can do that. If this story reminded you of God's grace that meets us where we are, like and share it with someone who thinks they're too far gone. Subscribe for more stories that bring light into hidden places and remind us that no one is beyond reach. Because Jesus still waits at wells, and he's still offering living water today.